New York, big city of dreams. New York, big city of dreams.
What's going on? This is Jay Ellis from the Knick of Time show. Here, give you that Knicks talk just in the nick of time. And it's time to talk about the Knicks win on Christmas because the Knicks beat the Bucks 129 to 122. RJ Barrett gives you 21 points, 6 rebounds, and 1 assist. Julius Randle gives you 24 points and 9 rebounds, 2 assists. Hartenstein gives you 11 and 8. Hart gives you 10 points and 9 rebounds. Quickly gives you 20 points. And Jalen Brunson, I call him Mr. 1A. He finishes the game with 38 big points and takes down the Bucks. It seems like to me that the Bucks are in trouble. They might need to make a trade and trade for a real first option in Jalen Brunson. But sorry, I'm not giving him up for anybody on that team. We are rolling with this Knicks win versus the Bucks on Christmas Day, and we're gonna celebrate it, all right? Because we did the thing. We did the thing. We beat them in the fast break points, 23 to 12. We outshot them. We held them to around 30% from 3, and we came out with the victory. And we're going to talk about it all, the good, the bad, the ugly. But today, there is a lot of good. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this Knick of Time show and enjoy us talking about this Knicks win with my girl, Mad Knicks, Ebony. What's going on, Ebony?
Chilling. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, everybody. Great gift for me. This win was definitely a
Yes.
great gift for me.
Big gifts for us, man. And shout out to the chat too. I see you guys in the chat get to celebrate with us. Shout out to Alexander. Shout out to Roberto Rivera Jr. Shout out to the Gamer Channel. Everybody else is rocking with the Knicks and the KOT show on Christmas. Let's get it, man. Where do you want to start? Where do you want to start, Ebony? We can talk about all. We can talk about the real 1A in Jalen Brunson. We can talk about RJ Barrett's bounce back game. I'm gonna let you rock. Where do you want to start today?
I want to start with teamwork.
Make your
Teamwork.
dream work.
Huh?
Let's go. What do you think
Yes.
about the teamwork
You see,
today?
you see the difference? It's fun to watch
Oh,
too.
I see the difference. I see the
Yeah,
I
I
see the
know you
assist
see the
numbers. The assist
difference.
numbers are high. I seen it. I seen it. What you think
Facts.
about the
No.
teamwork today?
When we play like a team, I feel like we always have a chance. Like that's just me. When we get everybody in multiple efforts, so we had 6 people in double figures today, right? That
Mm-hmm.
combats having to have 30 from 2 people. So if you can get constant effort from different people, it makes up. That makes up for for having to do it with one person. Um, my thing against Milwaukee and with prior that it wasn't our offense that was really lacking so much. It was our defense, our effort.
Yes.
And I
Mm-hmm.
love the effort and teamwork and like they were doing intentional passes to get each other open. Not bail me out, but they were intentionally trying to get each other shots today. And just RJ setting the tone, had that killer look in his eyes from the get-go. So he might have been some spaces, he might have not. Who knows? He might have heard the chatter. But
I'm
he was
glad
a
he heard it because he was playing bad, Ebony. I'm sorry, he was. He was playing
yeah,
bad.
nah, it was looking like a little regression. I'm not even gonna hold you. But again, it's still early, so uh well, that's another thing I want to talk about. We were bad. We're bad against Milwaukee and Boston. We've played them a lot, and the Clippers. But we've been bad
Mm-hmm.
against those type of teams for the past couple of years, and we really haven't played such a big variety of teams. Um, when you talk about playing the Kings, the Mavs, Orlando, we haven't seen
Right.
any of those Pacers. We
Yeah.
haven't seen any of those type teams. So we can't measure totally what we're about until we see those type of teams too. OKCs. We need to see
Right.
how we match up against all of those type of teams, not just the teams that we've been having problems with for years. So
That's a good point.
until I see that, I'm not gonna get too high or too low. But soon come the time that I can't use that as an excuse anymore, or you know.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. And there's the things that these type of teams possess that we have to attack. And this is what I've seen today. But for me, what I saw was like you said. last time we lost because we weren't getting anything from anyone outside of three people last game. It was Jalen Brunson, it was Julius Randle, and some Dante DiVincenzo. Those were really our only three scorers. Today, RJ Barrett really got out the gate fast. Tom Thibodeau said something poignant before. He said RJ will be fine if we start him out in transition and going. And I felt like we racked up a lot of assists in transition for RJ Barrett, and that's how we started going. And on top of that, our defense is what got us into transition in the first place. So those two things actually go hand in hand. The defense got us in transition. RJ Barrett was able to eat because we got in transition, and I feel like we got into a big lead because of that. To the point where the Bucks had to play perfectly to get back in the game. And by the time the Bucks were trying to get back into the game, all you gotta do is go to old reliable Jalen Brunson to hold you off and cook Dame all night. And they really couldn't combat that. So we really punched them first, and it was our defense, and it was RJ Barrett helping Jalen Brunson that helped us punch him first. And the Bucks never was really able to recover. And that was the game. That was the ball game for us right there. That was the Christmas ball game.
We turned the table on them today. We did what they did to us the last three games. We allowed again Giannis to be Giannis. Go ahead and get your shots, your 2-point shots, Giannis. We allowed Dame to be Dame, but we didn't allow him to kill us from the three. We constantly ran Dame off the 3-point line today. Yes. He had floaters and things of that nature to get his points, but we ran him off the line. Like, show us something else, Dame. And Middleton sprinkled in a little bit, so and so. But then what did Pat do? What did Beasley do? Who's killed us in all the games we played? Brook Lopez scored, but he went 2 for 6 from 3. So our 3-point defense, we didn't shoot better. Our defense was just better. We shot better from the field. We shot like 54% or something from field goal. But from 3 was still 30%. So we still shooting against the team like we did prior, but we still won. Why? Because Milwaukee cannot guard anybody on that perimeter.
Anybody.
They can't. If you look down their box scores of the amount of points they're giving up to backcourts, it is like, geez, everybody going on. They make it everybody look like all-stars from that position. So if you can stop them and they can't return the favor, and again, offense hasn't really been our problem, getting points. So if we can stop teams, get our defense back into that higher echelon that we're known to be, again, we can contend with anybody.
I agree, and I'm a harp back on that defense once again. The defense versus Giannis Antetokounmpo, specifically in the first half, was amazing to me. I think he went 1 for 4 in the first half. There was a combination of things. Julius Randle really locked him up in the first half. Really good job. And surprisingly, 15 minutes of Taj Gibson also did a great job. They did a really good. Giannis has 2 moves that he spams, and Taj read those perfectly. Right in transition, he'll drive hard right, spin left, or drive hard left, spin right. So all you gotta do is back up, wait for the spin, and block the shot or trip the ball. And Taj did that a couple of times. He did a really good job. Randall, the same thing, did a really good job defensively in Giannis in that first half. The second half, they started to spam the pick and roll between Giannis and Dame, and we didn't fare well, but it was too late by then. It was way too late by then.
Yeah.
And secondly, Beasley. The first 2 games that we played, Beasley was open in the corners almost all game. The last 2 games, he had 19 points the last game, all because of Brunson over helping and having to recover in the corner. And the second game, I don't know. In the first game, I don't know how much points he had, but he went off in that game as well. He had 0 points, Ebony. 0 points.
Zero.
And he only had 2 shots. So the Knicks did a much better job not allowing him to get off, not allowing him to shoot. The ball didn't even get to see him. The defensive scheme today was night and day, and the Knicks executed, and that's a big reason why we came away with the win.
Yeah, I definitely want to talk about Taj a little bit, because
go ahead.
I'm in them Twitter streets, and the timeline and spaces, they haven't really been very kind. It's been rough after that Milwaukee game. For me, I don't think it's enough to be panic wise. What you're asking for that position, you're not going to ask much from that position. What you're asking from that position, Taj is perfect at. He's going to get your shooters wide open because he sets amazing screens. He's going to move the ball. He's going to move himself, so he's always a threat. And he's a very cerebral player. So, like you said, Giannis has takes, and when you're a defender and you watch tape and you pick up people's tendencies, you see it. And I don't have to be more athletic than you if I know what you're going to do. I just beat you to the spot. And that's the kind of play that Taj gives. It's just very cerebral, just very consistent. Like you could depend on him. And some days he's going to look like his age, and a lot of days he's going to look like today, I believe. Just where he can get quickly looks the way he was getting him. Because he was setting some great screens for quickly.
Yeah. I agree and I disagree. Listen. I love Taj. I love my man, Old Man River, but he's 67 years old, like the back of his jersey, and it's not even really his age; it's the height differential. Like he did a great job today. Don't get me wrong. Do not get me wrong. But there's even certain places where it's like, the height shows through. Like the end of the game where Taj is trying to box out Brook Lopez, and Lopez taps the rebound back to Dame, and the Dame gets fouled at the 3-point line. I was like, oh man, at that point, I'm like, man, I wish we had an actual tall center. I miss mentioning those situations, or Hartenstein has to not be in foul trouble so he can be in the game. But like in those situations, I'm just like, I need somebody taller. I appreciate Taj though. It's not the game to really harp on it because he did a good job today. But yeah. I don't like power forwards playing center.
I think Taj would be okay, especially with the amount of people who are undersized in their position, and even if they don't, most people just trying to be big guards when you think about it anyway, because they want to shoot outside and mid ranges and fadeaways. So at some teams, there's people on their team that the only person that can stop them is them. So you're going to come across those teams, but when we do, I think Taj can do a decent enough job to get us by in those minutes.
Right.
And especially when Sims comes back, it's just reinforcement. Then maybe it's like the guard situation. You just play who's doing the most impact.
Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully he can hold the fort till Sims comes back. And I'm gonna shoot. Sims needs help too. I'm not gonna lie. Sims needs help too because respectfully, Sims is he's been getting cooked. He's been cooked as a starting center. So we might have to reevaluate the starting center situation altogether. Maybe we start Hartenstein instead of Sims, have Sims come off the bench. I don't know, because he's been getting cooked by these starting centers in the NBA. We have some things to look at personally, but
definitely.
But I still want to talk about the good things that happened because there was a lot of good, and I want to get back more on R.J. Barrett and what he did, and what we said on this program a few times, and we've been saying this since last year before Ebony got here. To me, R.J. Barrett is the missing piece. It's even more so this year than last year, because when I look at Jalen Brunson and R.J. and Julius Randle, like I feel like both of those guys have gotten better this year. I feel like both of those guys have improved from last year to this year. Randle offensively, to me, is so much stronger last year than this year, where he's just super reliable, where he's overpowering power forwards now. Like when Randle goes to that spin move hook shot over his left shoulder, I don't think he's missed that hook shot all. I don't think he's missed that shot all season. Like I wish I had the percentages for that shot in particular. I feel like he's like 30 for 30, like straight up 30 for 30. And Brunson has improved his 3-point shot. That wing position, that other score, that other reliable piece is what we're missing to take out these top teams. Really, on top of the 3-point shooting for me. And when RJ gave us that little punch in the beginning, it kind of proved it. And it's like we didn't even need that much from him after that game, after that first 2 quarters, because then you go right back to Randall, who's reliable. You go right back to Jalen Brunson, who's reliable, and we had enough tank to finish. So like this game is a good kind of litmus test and a kind of a game to really test that theory that that wing position is what we really need to step up. And once he stepped up, we got the win today.
Uh, I'm a little, I don't like to do the "I told you so's," and it's still too early to really do those. But because I was tempted, to do it though, because again, teamwork makes it a big difference, and then when you get it's easier shots. Also, they couldn't do much doubling today. Like, and even Randall's game was pretty. It was impactful, but it was very quiet. Like he didn't force it. He just, okay, you need me now. Okay, here I
Right,
am. Okay, you need me now again. Okay, here I
right,
am. and,
right.
and and that's what I need. And I'm loving that he's understanding that right now. And it seems that they're getting a better handle on. Yes, I can score anytime I want to. Now let's get other people buckets. So when they do need me, I'm here, and they can't double me while I am here. He's bullied the mess out of Giannis today.
Man,
It was crazy. He was in it in his savage bag today, because it was just straight bully ball on both ends. He was physical on both ends, and I love this effort on defense, and like you mentioned, his defense on Giannis. So yeah, again, for me, consistency, teamwork, and effort. We get that consistently. We in every game, I promise,
yeah,
because it's just we got too many pieces.
too many. They just gotta click. Defense and effort. Even the way we defended the post, Ebony.
Yes.
We really defended the post well. There's times where you see Giannis try to go one on one. You'll see a swipe from RJ. You'll see a swipe from Q with
Mhm.
Dante and disrupt their rhythm. Same thing with Bobby Portis, who didn't give them nothing today. Bobby had 19 points last game. He tried to post up, and you saw a lot of Knicks coming in and
Yeah.
swipe at the ball. So like we're missing the size, but our gang defense is really helping us stop these Bucks, and it's helped. It's that effort, like you said. It looked like we just wanted it more. We were out rebounding them. We
Mm.
out rebounding. I don't know how many. I don't know how we finished the game with
Think
the
it was
rebound
44
count.
to like 41 rebounds. I mean, I'll
Yeah,
check.
yeah. But I know that the last quarter was scary. The last
Yeah,
quarter was scary. I feel
that
like
it
the Bucks
was.
got the rebounds in the last quarter.
It definitely
Oh,
was.
oh.
It was 44. The Milwaukee 44. The Knicks 41 rebounds. But yeah, definitely, that's what
Mm,
I mean. We can't beat ourselves, and we have to stay focused all game. Little stuff like maybe Brunson. We don't want to nitpick, but we're just saying little stuff like that can possibly change the momentum in playoff situations. So you don't want to practice bad habits.
right.
Um, that's just it. We just don't want to practice bad habits. Brunson did a great job moving the ball, I thought today. A good job. Just keep not forcing it, him, picking his shots very well.
Right.
And I thought that at the last ending, I think he missed a Randall mismatch. I think
Yeah.
Randall had, I forgot who he had on Dame or something. It was Connington,
Yeah.
somebody. It
He
was a
missed that
smaller
one.
person on him,
He
and it
missed
was like
that
a
one.
minute left, or maybe even less than a minute left. In a playoff situation, the stuff like that, and the offensive foul on a 3-on-1 break, things like that can change a whole game. And
Yeah.
when things get a lot more tight on defense, and your points become a lot more hard to get. So we just but I love that. I love what I saw. At least they're improving on things that they it looks like they're watching film and self-aware of what is going on. Um,
Yeah.
I love it. I love again that we didn't allow anybody else to join the party. That's what I mean by you can have the stars, but let them go off. Let them be
Hmm.
stars. A couple of people can't be the team when a team is playing like a team. Now if we
I
trying to
agree.
go trade buckets back and forth with the Milwaukee Bucks, that's an L every time.
Exactly. You got to play defense at a certain point. And we did that today. Played defense. We pushed the ball. We beat them in transition. We beat them. We beat them in a lot of areas that they're naturally good at.
Yes.
Like we got to the line more than them.
No.
They're the team that gets to the line more than anybody in the NBA. We got to the line more than them. We got to more transition offense to them. They're the teams who were tops the league in transition offense.
Yes.
And we shared the ball. Like we did a lot of things right today. We have to template this. I know we like to talk about Tom Thibodeau templates. We need to template this and bring these attributes to these other top teams like the Celtics and the Timberwolves, so we can beat them. Because now we have a blueprint to beat them. We need to duplicate that. We need to get RJ out in transition and get him warmed up. We need to pass the ball, and we need to really gain defense on these guys who like to post or take somebody on one and execute and rotate crisply and not leave those corner threes open. We didn't leave corner threes open until the fourth quarter. And it almost bit us in the butt, but at least they were out of rhythm by that time. They wasn't taking corner threes all game and then hitting them. You know what I mean? So Knicks did a great job, and we came out that way.
Facts. We definitely did a good job. Look, I mentioned Lopez 2 for 6 from 3. Dame 4 for 13. Dame 4 for 13 from
4
3.
for 13. 4 for 13 for Dame. Come on, man. Like I saw RJ out there making them forcing them into tough shots from 3. I saw our Knicks really playing some D, really making them put the ball on the floor. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
They had active hands. Facts. No, get excited. You know I like that side of the ball. We had active hands. You know, we would played a very smart game. You know, I always talk about how we're not the best cerebral team, but we played a very, very smart game today. And I'm liking that I see Thibodeau is trying not to put everybody in the same box when I'm talking about defensively, and it seems like he's scouting for individuals now. You get what I'm saying? Not just putting everybody as a same system that he uses against everybody, no matter what. But he's actually making game plans specifically for certain players or how they want to play and things like that. Maybe come out his norm a little bit. And it looked good today.
It looked good today, even with like the bench points, right? Like there wasn't a lot of bench points, but quickly came in and he gave us 20. He was
32.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had 32 bench points.
32 bench points. So shout out to the bench points. 32 bench points for these Knicks. But then to end the game, he went with quickly Brunson. And I like when they put Brunson off ball sometimes. Like let him catch his breath. Let him be the 3-point corner threat this time, and let quickly run the show for a minute, and then go back to Brunson when it's time to close the game. So I like that, and kudos to Tom. I want quickly to have the ball in his hand sometimes, even though I want him to pass the ball more because he's been having 1 assist, 2 assist games for like the past 2 weeks. Listen, contract year. Listen, I was thinking the same thing, Ebony. Contract year. Oh, you give me less minutes too? Because last year I was averaging around 28 minutes a game. Now I'm averaging what, 24? I'm going off the top of my head. 24 minutes contract year? Nah, I'm putting them up. I'm getting my money. Yeah. So
yes,
I'm liking it. I'm liking it all right now.
I like IQ. You know, I'm a big fan of all the kids. You know, but with IQ especially because I've seen him grow. He keeps everything we ask him to do. He's learned it and is doing it. You know. But with the Knicks, if we go, I'm, you know, Queen is saying that we don't need another star. I don't think just we have the puzzle. We just need a piece, not the piece, and we need to find all the puzzle pieces. You know, I think we just need a little piece, and it doesn't even have to be a trade. It could just be somebody's leap. We need consistency. So just somebody who does a lot with less, because you're not going to get a lot of touches like Malik Beasley normally does to us. Whenever he gets a shot, it seems like he never misses. No matter when he takes it, he cannot take a shot for 3-4 minutes. But when he takes it, it always seems like it goes in. You know, whenever he gets his shot, he makes it count. And look at quickly. Where we at? I forgot his stats. He was 20 points, 22 minutes, 7 for 10 for the field goal. 2 for 4 from a 3, 4 for 4 from the free throw line, and 1 turnover. Granted, he only had 1 assist, 1 turnover, 1 assist. And he had the highest plus minus today.
What's called hit a lot of big shots. A lot of big shots.
Yes, and that's what I was about to say. He definitely hit a lot of big shots, and multiple people did. A couple of us went on streaks by ourselves just to bridge the game. Like, you know, RJ, then Brunson handled a little bit. Then Hart came in with his 6 or 8 point straight. He had about 6, 8 points straight in that third quarter.
Right.
Yeah, so then he bridged it to IQ, who went on his own mini run. He had about 8 points, hit 2 back-to-back 3-pointers, and then hit a tough layup afterwards. I'm not so he gave his contribution, and then Brunson Randall take it home. That's how it's supposed to be.
That's
That
how
is
it's supposed to
that's you make the game simpler that way too, and it takes a lot of pressure off of the Brunsons and the Randalls and RJs.
Absolutely, because IQ hasn't really had a good game versus the Bucks in a long time. So this was a really good game to see IQ kind of go off and get his touches as well. So I enjoyed it all. But
And
I
this
will say, go ahead, go ahead.
I was about to say, and this also helps the fact that Dante didn't do much this game. So well on offense. So
Yeah,
they're like, okay, they carry him. We got multiple efforts that they helped out when he struggled offensively. So this is what having the team does. That's what it's supposed to be.
that's exactly what it's supposed to be. Now, Ebony, this we agree on a lot, Ebony, like a lot. The one thing we might not agree on is, do we need another piece in here? Is the one thing that we might not all see eye to eye on, because this is the RJ I really want to see. I would like, minus the bad pass that led into an offensive foul. For me, for us to get over the hump, unlike Becky Hammond, I do feel like we have enough star power to get there. But I think we need complementary pieces where we know what we're going to get from night to night. And RJ, I really want him to be that piece. Really want him. But he's been so inconsistent where I don't know what I'm going to get from him. Is he going to be shooting 1 for 10? Or is he going to be shooting, you know, 9 for 14? Like, if I can rely on him to go to the hole, give you 9 for 14 and 2 threes a night and solid defense and give you 20 points, and I know that's what I'm gonna get, I'll be happy. I'll be happy. But I'm just not sure what he's gonna give us. And I'm not saying ship him out, and I'm not saying keep him. I'm saying I'm on the fence. Is what I'm saying. I'm on the fence. Because
Uh,
I can see where it can go if he develops into the player that we need him to be. And I saw what he did in the playoffs, and that gave me hope. But I need to see consistency, because we need reliable. We need him to be reliable for us to go to the next level. Because now I'm getting to the point where I'm like, Randall's gonna give me this, and he's been giving to us. He's been giving us that for 12 points for 12
yeah.
games. Brun's gonna give me this. RJ, what are you giving me? Because Middleton is giving the Bucks that third guy, right? And we need RJ to be giving us that Middleton role.
Yes. I agree with everything you're saying. Again, I'll probably be able to better be like, yes, definitely, yeah, we need another piece. After again, we start playing some different good teams. We got OKC coming up. We got a couple of teams that we haven't played just yet. So I need to see that. Um, but again, I thought RJ had it figured out from FIBA and things of that nature, the migraine issue or whatever it was. He kind of trying to get his rhythm back or his legs back. It seems. I'm not sure. I'm not trying, but to me, it was his decision making. Like, you can be off, but you was shooting less threes when you were hitting more. You was only taking
Right.
about 6 when you was hitting at a high clip. Now you're not hitting. You taking 9. Like, just that's the only thing with RJ. If you affect the game from other places, and I see that's what he tried to do today. You see him on the offensive boards. You see him
Mm-hmm.
playing defense. He just tried to affect the game in different ways in case his offense wasn't up to par
Right.
today. He still did other things. So again, I don't know because it's so up and down. He did have a good patch. He had a bad patch. So very inconsistent. And I need to see this All-Star January 1st, 2nd, 3rd, in this area here is very crucial to me, for me as a viewer, just to
Right.
see about these the different teams. And then I could say, but I think our peace comes from within. I think somebody takes a leap. And it's
I hope so.
consistently.
I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not gonna hold you. The
I think
reason
it.
why a lot of Knicks fans are looking at DeJounte is
Oh,
because RJ is not, he's not been
Yeah.
what he's supposed to be.
I like DeJounte, but to me that trade makes no sense either because you're gonna get another small guard and you're gonna put him next to another small guard. And granted, DeJounte Murray is better. We spoke to a Hawks fan in the space, and he said that he's good, but he's better defending, playing the one. He's better
Yeah,
playing the one. He gets cooked a lot of times by twos and especially the bigger twos. And that's the issue we having already. So what is he exactly plugging? What is he
and
changing for?
and it's funny, Ebony, because I still didn't make my Dejounte video, and I want to. I probably will when I get back home when I have all my setups. But so I have all the stats and stuff for you guys. But that is the biggest issue still. And the thing that makes RJ is bigger. RJ is a bigger guy. And defensively, the one thing I can say about RJ this year defensively is I haven't complained about him defensively all year. So that's the one thing I can give.
Yeah.
So when I think about switching out RJ for DeJounte, I feel like it could possibly work, but not the way the team is currently constructed. Like I feel like for that to work, you have to make two moves because of what you said, because he can guard the one, and I feel like he can guard the one really well, Dejounte, and he can guard the two okay.
Mhm.
But once you have him guarding the three, then that's not going to happen. So you get Dejounte here. Now you have what Divincenzo and Dejounte. That's a recipe for disaster. You know what I mean? So
It,
like
it his game
it it
it
it,
doesn't fit
ha-
us.
it doesn't naturally fit unless you make other moves. Is what I'm really saying.
And
But this is what I'm saying. We need more from RJ. We need this type of RJ game with less mistakes more often for us to get to the next level.
yeah, that's why I said if we can get consistency, that's it. People think we need shiny pieces, and I don't think we need all the shiny pieces. I think we just need people to be consistent. That's it. Do your job. When you get open shot, hit your open shot. When you got the ball, don't try to turn it over. If you're rebounding, boxing out. I don't think our problem is huge. I think it's more of a cerebral problem and effort. So we picked the better shots today and we hit them. Except for we still was terrible from the three, but we beat a good team. And why is
Yeah,
that?
yeah. Now,
Defense.
now I feel you. I feel like we need a little bit more playmaking, outside of Brunson, and we need some 3 and D, and I feel like we'll be good. That's how I feel. That's how I
Yeah.
feel. Funny enough, like you can get some playmaking from Julius Randle, and even Hartenstein is kind of remind me like a little bit of Draymond Green, where you can get some playmaking from Hartenstein and have Brunson run off a screen and hit a three because Brunson's shooting 46% from three. You know what I mean? So like we can even probably use some pieces in creative ways we haven't used them so far this season, and maybe make up the difference. But at the end of the day, I still feel like we need consistency from RJ. But hopefully that's loaded. You know what I mean?
I will always listen, Jay, I always listen to it, because you have to, but I think that our issue is within, to be honest, seriously. And if
Mm-hmm.
we can fix it, it will look a lot like today, a lot more.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see how that goes. Salute to the man. We got mad people in the chat on Christmas. Shout out to Trav B Ryan. Shout out to Knicks are nice. Shout out to Knicks Nation 112. Shout out to Music Man. Shout out to Alexander. Shout out to Fritz Best Mind the Game who's running the show because I'm not home in my mama house and my sister house while they making up the food. Shout out to B Willis. Shout out to Picks for Timmy, who've been rocking with us. Shout out to Gamer Channel. Shout out to Marshall L. Who's RJ standing right now saying, "You ain't seen nothing yet, Jay Ellis." I hope you're right, Marshall. I hope you're right because if RJ Barrett turns it around, I'll be the biggest cheater for sure. I'm the biggest cheater for anybody in Knicks uniform who is going to turn up, even if you prove me wrong. I was hesitant to have DiVincenzo in the starting lineup. He's done great, so I'm happy that he's in the starting lineup right now. And I'm rooting for the guy. I'm rooting for anybody in the orange and blue. So shout out. No narratives over here. It's wins over narratives over here in KOT show. All right.
Real game over basketball over my take. Game of
Exactly.
basketball over my take. Make that great again.
Make it great again. I have
Right.
a lot of takes. I have a lot of takes. I've been right a lot of times. I've been wrong a lot of times. I'm wrong. If I'm wrong and we're winning, that's the best type of wrong to be. So shout out to the
Yes.
Knicks.
I say it all the time. I hope Julius Randle proves me wrong.
Exactly.
you know, um,
Exactly.
and he has been, but he hasn't really proved me wrong. I just thought he couldn't do it, that he wouldn't want to play this unselfish style of basketball. Not that he couldn't play or he sucked, that just his willingness to play the way he's playing right now wouldn't happen. And it's
Exactly.
happening right now. So I appreciate
Exactly.
that.
I wanted Julius Randle going 2 years ago. I wanted him going 2 years ago. And now I'm glad he's on the team. Now I'm glad he's on the team. And he showed me something over this last week. Like I said, he looks like he's gotten better than me. And I'm happy. I'm happy what he's done. I'm happy. I'm happy the way he's performing right now.
I'm still holding that same kill. I can't get too happy too high because then he'd be like, I'm back. I'm back. I don't want him to be back. I don't want him to be back. So I'm just gonna keep it calm for Julius. I'll say
I
what he
hear you.
do, but I ain't gonna get too overly, you know.
I hear you. I hear you. So, yo, look at the chat, and I don't have the gunshots right now, but shout out
What-
to Roberto Rivera Jr. sends a $5 super chat. He says, "Merry Knicksmas to the whole KOT Hive. Appreciate you." It was shout out to my guy. Hold on, man. Hold on a second. Shout out to my guy Ryan G. Shout out to my guy Ryan G. Who was
Right.
on Dexter's show and why I got game. If you haven't seen it, check that out. And I'm gonna just say shout out to him because Ryan G has been rocking with KOT and us since this inception. Since it was me, Ryan G, Kathy, and S and Sean. And a lot of people, when I was doing other things, they was like, hang up KOT and just, be over there. And a lot of reasons why I do not want to do that because there's people who've been rocking with me who's been rocking with me for that long, and I want to see them get something out of it too. And it was good to see after the years of pushing to see my guy get onto like a situation where he's in the studio with Dexter and he's able to get some highlight, and it meant a lot to me to see him um get there and get some light because he's been rocking with us for a while.
Right.
So
Most
shout out to my
level-headed person I know on the sport, the Twitter, YouTube, very level-headed takes.
exactly extremely level-headed take. He's usually the one be like, nah, I would never do that. He'll say it with his chest. It's like, I know what, I'm happy. Calm down. I'm calm down. So shout out to my guy Ryan G, who represented for the KOT show, and shout out to my guy Lee Escobedo, who
Lee.
yeah, Lee. That's our Julius Randle of the squad. Shout out to Lee Escobedo, who's been a welcome addition, and shout out to Ebony, X and O's D1 college, ex-college hooper, who's been a great addition to the show as well, who always preaches team ball and is very knowledgeable of the game. And if you like the show, hit the like and subscribe. We're gonna end it right now, but I just want to appreciate
I got bruh
everybody's really
picks.
guys, man. What you say?
I got bruh
Oh,
picks.
my bad.
In honor of Ryan G, I had to make sure I had some bruh picks.
Yes, my bad. I don't have the bruh button today. I'm sorry because I'm not in my usual setup.
Bruh.
But I'm like,
That was
bruh, I do that.
Nah,
So we have bruh picks today. So for guys who don't know, bruh picks are usually the worst plays of the game. And not just the worst plays of the game. It doesn't have to be an actual play. It could be something that happened in another game. Or it could be something bad or stupid that happened in the world today that you still want to touch on. That's what we usually call bruh picks. So Ebony, go ahead, go off, Queen. What's your bruh picks for today?
first of all, I get into the bro picks. I just want to say, Merry Christmas again, Happy Holidays to everybody, and I enjoy joining the KOT fam, and I appreciate all the love.
Absolutely.
So yeah, let me get to these bro picks real quick. I got a bro pick from Milwaukee and their coach thinking that a rookie, Trace Jackson, am I right, Junior? That's his name.
Yo, bro,
Would
what?
hold Jalen Brunson. So, bruh,
Bruh
what?
for that. I was wondering what's going on there too. And this is part of the reason why when people say Brunson is not a 1A, I always I'm pushing back. He cooked taller dudes because people just think, oh, he's 6 feet. We'll just put a tall guy on him, and that'll be enough. You're not gonna. He cooks tall guys who are all NBA defensive guys. He was cooking Vanderbilt last week. You're not gonna put a rookie on him and expect him to slow him down. It's just not gonna happen.
He gonna play with his mentor all day. All day. Footwork on Hall of Fame, and you got this rookie on me?
Yeah, bruh, and all that. For real, get him out of here. Sorry.
I got another bruh pick. The Milwaukee fans crying about the calls when the third quarter, the free throw call disparity was like 22 to like 11 or something of that nature. They started calling to make it, look more even at the end. But what are y'all serious? The amount of crime that Giannis and Lopez get away and Portis, them some bruisers. Oh, they don't play defense without touching somebody. Pause. Nobody.
Nah, that's a fact. I'm about to pick. Man, I'm gonna look up this stat right now. Because if you guys don't know, and shout out to Ebony, who did a Bucks Knicks breakdown like about a week ago. And we're gonna have more of those. It's just been a weird week.
Yes.
The Bucks lead the league in foul shots per game. And a lot of those shots they get are like ticky-tack fouls.
Yes.
So they definitely should not be complaining at all.
And they were complaining loud too, Jay. Loud.
I believe it.
And I thought I had another one.
Hold on. Wait. Hold on. Here we go. Wait, I got the stats right now. Wait.
Okay.
The Milwaukee Bucks are number 3 in free throws attempted a game at 26.7. Only teams who eclipse them are
Can I guess?
Magic
and the Lakers.
The 76ers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, I can see that. And be the foul merchant.
No, the Embiid is a foul merchant. He's the worst.
I can definitely.
The Knicks are number 6. The Knicks are number 6.
Okay.
That's pretty good actually because we didn't.
No, we get to the line. We're like number 3 and 4, 5, and personal fouls drawn.
But we started out slow in that regard. We didn't start out the season getting at the line. So I looked up and now we're top 6. That's what's up. I'll take it. Big
Sir said can't get PJ Tucker. Hey, depending on the price, I wouldn't mind if he's still playing PJ Tucker defense,
No, I was low key, Serge. I was thinking that because PJ Tucker is not really being utilized over there with the Clippers. I still feel like you can get some defense out of him, and he's 3-and-D. He's a bruiser power forward. He's like a real power forward. You know what I mean? But for us to get PJ Tucker, and have him play, because like he can play that OB role the way Tom Thibodeau intended, right?
Yeah.
Because Tom Thibodeau wanted OB to be a 3-and-D guy. And that's why he was sticking OB in the corner.
Yeah.
That's actually PJ Tucker's game.
You
know what I mean? So I think that would work, and he would be able to guard somebody like Bobby Portis 1-on-1. The thing is, we would have to still consolidate our team.
Yeah, and he's very annoying on defense. You see the KD clips and things of that nature. He's just gonna try to make you uncomfortable.
Right.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind. Again, it would depend on what we have to do to get him.
I think he should be able to have he can be having cheap, I think, because he's not in rotation with the Clippers. So I feel like
and he's getting DMPs right now.
He might take Taj minutes, and I feel like he might be better, for the real bruises at power forward. So I like that. I like it personally.
Yeah, because to me, PJ and Taj about the same kind of player. PJ, you might say better 3-pointer shooter, but that whole effort and heart and just I'm in your face constantly. So whoever gonna make this team win, whoever's gonna make this team win. And I got one more bruh pick for the Christmas. One more bruh pick for Christmas. Oh, somebody said Finney Smith too, but
we mentioned Finley Smith on this program a few times, especially after the Brooklyn game. I definitely want Finley Smith here, and he's another guy who
he's gonna be more expensive.
He might be more expensive. Brooklyn, you just don't know what Brooklyn. You don't know what Brooklyn. But I feel like he is the most gettable out of the long 3-and-D wings that are available. But that's not saying much because you know what I mean? Because that's not saying much, but that might be the most realistic, even
Yeah,
though it's still not a guarantee. I'm sorry, go ahead, bro. Pick.
I'm good. Bro, pick last one 'cause I know we probably got to go. Uh, Milwaukee press attempt. There you go. The Milwaukee that last press attempt they did when they almost gave up the layup and they had to foul RJ to not give up the layup, and they were trying to
Yeah.
press the ball to foul in the backcourt. You remember that
Mm-hmm.
play? It's like the last play or so of the game. They tried to press us to get a foul. First, they tried to trap Brunson. You know how you trap and then foul, and then say, "Okay, I can't get the ball. I foul." They tried
Mm-hmm.
to trap Brunson and let him go basically up the line. It was a terrible press attempt, and I'm like,
Oh yeah. It ended up being easy. Yep. That's a bruh.
yeah, they got to get
That's
their
definitely a
defense
bruh.
together, or don't. I don't want you to.
No, they don't need all of that. They don't need everything. They don't need Giannis
Everything
and defense.
and defense
They don't
looking
need.
like Boston because that's kind of what they had. They have the
Nah,
offense and they have the defense.
that's a fact. That's a fact. All good bruhs. All good bruhs. I'll take it. The bruhs hit more when I have the sound effects.
I
Bruh, but
know.
you get the idea.
I was gonna talk about Becky, but
I already told. Well, if you want to go ahead. I
no,
already
I can't.
explained
I
Becky.
feel, Becky got, I've covered the Liberty, and she been having New York players in her mouth pause way too much. It was disrespect to Sabrina, it was disrespect to Stewie. It's just way, and then now Jalen Brunson, and people's like, it's her opinion, she right. Only time will tell if she's right. That is it. Jalen Brunson is still playing basketball. How could she be right? He is still have a career. She can't be right until his career is over. Because then you could say he never took his team somewhere. Or if
You,
he did, you get what I'm saying? Like, and to me, it
yeah,
was also the fact of the matter with her. It was that it wasn't basketball. It wasn't basketball talk why she said Jalen Brunson could not be that guy. It was just that she's too small. Not any basketball takes, not yeah, he doesn't get his teammates involved a little bit. His defense could get better. Like then we can speak because that's basketball conversation. She just said he was too small. And people who saying, well, she's saying facts and mixed in history. No, she mixed in a little bit of history with a lot of her opinion. Like let's not confuse the two. She said a little bit fact about the history and how Steph and outlier, we're using a new word to prove narratives now. Outlier.
right.
Don't talk to me about no outlier. I'm not using that word. I don't know. I just heard it too. I've been around basketball my whole life and I just heard it like a week, 2 days ago.
The
Outlier. Another word, a fancier word to
outlier.
push
Yeah, outlier.
narratives.
Yeah,
Outlier. Oh, see, I'm saying it wrong. That's how you
yeah,
know I
outlier.
never heard of it
I was
before.
like outlier. I thought you were talking about a player for a second. I was like, who's outlier? What's TV play for? outlier.
I can't say, I'll be messing up some words. It's okay. Call it the Epster dictionary.
Yo,
I
man. mm, I had a whole. Do I want to address it now? I have a whole freaking 9-minute
Rick,
soliloquy
I
on
seen it.
Becky Hammond.
Yes.
If you want to see, you check it out. But like you said, Ebony, there's basketball reasons why Jay Ellis, feels like Brunson can be in 1A, and whether we get a chip or Brunson, to me isn't about him not being in 1A. It's
Mhm.
about what type of team we build. That's how I see it. Because if
Mhm.
you look at Steph Curry, you go, okay, why is Steph Curry an outlier, right? Steph Curry is an outlier because he's one of the best 3-point shooting guards in the NBA. And he has amazing stamina, and he can also finish around the basket a while, like quiet as is kept, right? But the thing, if Steph Curry doesn't have Draymond Green to pass him the ball and have him run around like a madman, he can't be Steph Curry and he can't win the chip. Uh, and also, if they don't have other 3-point shooters around Steph Curry to prevent him from being doubled or to alleviate some pressure, that he does not win the chip. So when I'm looking at Jalen Brunson, who is the top 3-point shooter in the league right at this moment today, is shooting 46% from three, and also one of those guys who cooks people in the paint religiously. One of the best mid-range point guards in the league. To me, those two skills combined, on top of the fact that he can cook taller players routinely, with 6'5", 6'6", makes me believe that if you put the right players around him, guys who can get him the ball and have him play off ball, and also guys who can hit threes and alleviate pressure, I feel like if you put those players around him, we can win the chip as well. But it's not. It doesn't mean he's not a 1A guy. It just means he didn't have the right team around him. That's the way I see
And and the way I look at basketball, I was upset with the conversation because nobody wins it by themselves. You have players who come through with you when you need baskets, but they still need somebody else to help score, defend with them, the things of that nature. So yeah, the 1A, 2A, 2B is crazy because it's just crazy. It's a team sport, and it's just a nutty conversation. And that piece was crazy, especially coming from a 5'6" guard herself. And you do it on national TV. And granted, again, it could have been, I believe, it could have been, but he can get better. I don't know. It was so final, her statements, like she knew how his career would end. And it seemed like she was projecting on her
it.
career because
Absolutely,
she's a small guard who didn't win a championship. Um,
absolutely.
let's normalize not projecting our shortcomings on other people, and let's let them show us what they're about. So if somebody, every time you tell them they can't, they do, let's wait and see what he does.
That's exactly why my favorite song, one of my favorite Jay-Z songs, the motivation to me is them telling them what I could not be. Because people always put limitations on themselves and think that's you, but brother, I am not you. I
Facts.
am not you. Like I can do things that you cannot, and you first of all you gotta have the vision to do it, and then you have
Mhm.
to have the follow through and the execution. If you have those two things, you can do both. So I'm glad Jalen Brunson is one of those guys who's like,
Yes.
I'm not you, and he's proving it right now. He's cooking the Bucks right now. So we'll see what happens. Time will tell. Time will tell,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, and for people that they were trying to say Cole is sensitive, I didn't care if it was on ESPN. That could have been on BT. It's just the fact I'm a short baller myself. I've always been small. You hear the doubt. Height does not equal talent. That does not equal talent. It was times that people bigger than me, and I'm out rebounding them on a regular because basketball is IQ, heart, and how much you love the game, how much you want more than the other person. So you,
Absolutely.
you get with fundamentals like Brunson has, his combination is very deadly. And again, like we mentioned over and over, the fact that a 6'2" point guard sees a bigger person on him, and the first thing he thinks is, let me put him in the post.
Exactly.
let, let,
Exactly.
let me put him in the post. And us as spectators, like, yo, he got this. I ain't worried about it.
Yeah, not worried about it. He's not worried about it. Like, and that's the thing. Usually small guards can't win chips. Usually for a few reasons. Sometimes it's usually because they get trapped and they put bigger players on him and they can't score. They're not as effective when bigger players are on them or when they get trapped at the top of the key. Those are usually why bigger small players can't win championships because they usually get worn down in size with size. But Brunson doesn't get worn down with size,
No,
which is
uh,
why I don't think that applies to him. So it is what it is. It is what it
let
is.
him
I'm
show.
just glad.
If we
Yeah.
wrong, we wrong. But let him show we wrong. You already written him off, wrote him off. Told him.
Nah, I don't
And
even think.
and, and
I
what
know
what
I'm right. I'm sorry. I know I'm right. You know I'm
and,
wrong. You got to be the right team.
and what is the message you sending to future ballers? If you're a short baller, don't waste your time. Like, what message are you sending as another basketball player to say those type of things to me? I couldn't understand. Yeah, out in the open, I couldn't understand it. I couldn't understand it. I'm pretty sure you heard those same words, and not because of your game. It wasn't because Becky couldn't play defense. It wasn't none of that. You get what I'm saying? It was because
Yeah,
she was too small. That was it. That's why you bad, because you're too small. That's nutty. That's absolutely nutty to me.
I agree. I agree. And we'll end the show on that. But shout out to everybody in the chat. If you like the show, hit that like and subscribe. We're here talking Knicks basketball after every game, and also we're gonna bring Nick Tato's been on pause. It's gonna be on pause for a second. But if you still want to play Nick Tato, we bringing it back. Let me know. Hit us up in the email, in the chat, or comments or whatever. We're gonna bring Nick Tato back for you guys. All right. But shout out to the everybody in the show, and hope you enjoy. We'll be back next game. When is the next game?
It's not some. I don't know. I'll be fibbing. Don't give me the fibbing. I'm gonna check. I want to say because I see you Knicks and Nights. He trying to choose violence today, and I ain't want to. I was just like, it's Christmas, so I'm not gonna choose violence. I didn't see him say Mitch clog up the paint. I saw that. I saw that. And I saw what he just put. He trying to choose violence. I know I saw it.
Oh, we got the OKC Thunder on
Uh,
Wednesday. Okay. Oh,
oh,
that's gonna be a good game. That's another game I want to see.
I
That's a
can't
game,
find
man.
none
I
though.
wish we had Mitch this game, man. I wish we had Mitch this game.
Yeah, I
I wish
definitely
we
would
had Mitch
chat
this
in them.
game.
I definitely would. It's a super chat.
Facts, facts.
Oh
All
yeah.
right, yo.
Uh, it's a super chat question. We missed the super chat.
We got two chat.
Yeah, we had one. I see it's Gene Mark. Shout out to Gene Mark.
Oh, my bad,
Appreciate you.
Gene.
It says,
It
"Hi
says
Jay Ellis. What adjustments do you think the Knicks make in this game?" I don't know.
I'm guessing he means made, not make.
Okay.
Shout out to Gene Mark. We talked about it a little bit earlier. The biggest things that I noticed off the bat is the transition. We were more the defense and the transition were the two biggest things that I noticed differently from this game to the last games. Um, we first stopped the Bucks. We didn't help out as much. Beasley had 20 points in the last game. We didn't leave him open in the corner. He only had 2 shots this game, and it allowed us to kind of concentrate more on Dame Lillard and Giannis Antetokounmpo and stop them, and go on breaks and have RJ Barrett actually score a lot in transition. Um, so I feel like those were really our biggest emphasis today, man. Our 3-point defense was better, staying
Yeah.
home. Our fighting over screens, as Ebony said earlier, on Dame to not allow him to get off these deep threes as often, and getting out in transition and getting a lot of easy baskets. And now we didn't have to rely just on Randall and Jalen Brunson to score. We had other guys who were able to score as well. And we had Quickly and RJ. We had 4 different guys who scored 20 points today. That's not usually how we play. But because we played that way, we actually got the win. I don't know if y'all want to add anything to that, Ebony.
Now you basically spewed it all out just right there. Yeah, 3-point defense was key. Our effort was key, and our teamwork was key. We didn't allow we didn't allow flow for them offensively. They had no flow. It was a lot of your turn, my turn, and I'm cool with that. Because as you
Mm-hmm.
see, Beasley 0 points, Connaughton 2 or 3. So yes, definitely you 3 people, and especially if you have 6 people in double figures, it's not. Most times that's not going to work or win. So if you can't play defense in this league, that's it. That's it. Everybody else can
That's it.
score. That's it. But everybody else can score. But if you defend a little bit, then things change. You start getting into people's heads, frustrating them, things of that nature. I think we did that. I think we made things uncomfortable the way we chased Dame right off that 3-point line.
Mm-hmm. And we need to continue to do that because we face a lot of other teams who can hit the three. So we need to continue to do that and play solid defense and start to rack up some wins against those like the Celtics, man. We need to keep continue to do that. All right. But that is the show. Thank you guys for watching. Um, I hope you enjoyed the show. We will be back for the Knicks versus OKC, another tough West Coast team. Hopefully, come out that dub. All right. So, Ebony, man, let them know where they can find you.
You can find me every post game when my getting older self is not passed out. But you can catch you can catch me every post game here. Pre games on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it, at Your Take Knicks. Here and there I cover Liberty basketball, bowling with the Queens on X also. And yeah, I think that's about. Oh, Instagram, but I still don't know how to use it yet. So but I'm there. I'm there, y'all.
She there.
I'm
All
there.
right,
I'm gonna get it together soon.
that's all right, man. This is one step at a time. You there? That's all that matters. All right. You follow us on the KOT Show on Twitter, the Knick of Time Show on Instagram, and the Knick of Time Show on Facebook as well. Also, Supreme. I call Dexter. I call him the Arsenio Hall of the Knicks content space. All right, if you guys, old school guys know Arsenio Hall, he's the guys who gives people the up and comers the first look when everybody else is not really trying to give everybody else a look. He recognizes doing good. He's like, you know what, I'm gonna highlight this person. I'm gonna highlight this person. He's been doing that with a lot of Knicks content creators out there, uh, like Morning Brew and other guys who are doing great work but not getting the views. So shout out to Dexter, who is doing great work, getting a lot of Knicks content creators a look that other people as well. So always go to SNY and NY Post and blow up all of Dexter's views,
Right.
all of Dexter's views, and tell him I sent you. All right.
A very good guy, definitely. I enjoyed speaking to him when he came on the show.
One
Appreciate
of
what
the
he's doing
realest,
for fellow content creators.
one of the realest dudes in this space, like genuine. So shout out to Dexter for sure. All right, but that is the show. Thank you guys for watching. Um, yeah, we out here, man. Peace.
Enjoy your holidays.
York, New York, big city of dreams. New York, big city of dreams.